Inspired by the credit score that American banks use to rate the creditworthiness of every American, the Chinese have created a social credit score designed to hack the mind of every Chinese citizen. What's most ingenious about this Chinese hack is the way it mimics something familiar to every American teenager: video games. Just like the games they play, China's social credit system takes advantage of our desire to get a higher score than the Joneses to get people to want to play the game. The catch is that in this game, players don't advance by catching more Pokemon. They advance by amassing more and more points for behaving in the way the government wants them to. So maybe it's not surprising that the best explanation of how the system works comes from a video game expert. James Portnow created this video to alert people around the world to the danger posed by the gamification of government.
Going under the innocuous name of Sesame Credit, China has created a score for how good a citizen you are. They dredge data from your social network, so if you post pictures of Tiananmen Square or share a link about the recent stock market collapse, your Sesame Credit score goes down. Share a link from the state-sponsored news agency about how good the economy's doing, and your score goes up. And having a high score gives you special benefits, like making it easier to get the paperwork you need to travel, or making it easier to get a loan.
So China has gamified being an obedient citizen. What does that mean?
It means that they've taken systems that we use in games,
right,
to make things engaging and put them towards something outside of a game. In this case, making someone want to follow the party line.
Here's where this goes from being repulsive to downright insidious. Because this is all part of a social network, it also scans your friends. So you will lose points for having friends with low obedience scores. And it tells you this. At any point, anybody can check anyone else's score. And when you check your own score, Sesame Credit provides a handy map of your friends to show you who's dragging your score down.
Are people in China just sort of going along with this like it's no big deal? I mean, what would motivate them to comply with this?
It's being introduced in a voluntary fashion, which is one of the most brilliant things about it. You can opt into the system and show off your score on Twitter, and I mean, literally as sort of a patriotic thing, you can show how good a citizen you are, right?
A government doesn't even have to tell neighbor to spy on neighbor, to rat each other out, because that's all built into a seemingly innocuous game system. The government need not step in. Re-education will be handled for them by friends, classmates, and relatives who want to maintain a high score.
That's the truly evil genius aspect of this, because if you have a friend who has a low score,
right,
and you want to have a high score, well, you can't have a high score.
If you're associating with the low score people.
Right.
Wow.
And so what are you going to do? You're going to unfriend them. This allows the government to just sit back and let you tell me, hey, those articles from that like radical newspaper, just please stop posting them. And either I do, or I disappear from your life without the government having to do anything.
There are consequences, besides just losing your friends, for Chinese citizens with low scores.
So for instance, in Shenzhen, a city in the south of China, certain intersections, there are facial recognition cameras that recognize jaywalkers. And if you jaywalk, then your face essentially gets put on a big screen in a sort of public naming and shaming game. And if you jaywalk 5 times, you get put on the blacklist. And that is connected to your social credit status. If you have misbehaved, well, very sorry, your life is going to become very unpleasant. This is no longer a science fiction future. It is already happening.